Okay, for the top part, I already have that. It's the two sides adhered together. I'm just going to put a little tape on the tab so that it holds it quickly. And then I'll go in and put a little bit of glue so that it gives a better hold. I'm just going to do the first two tabs in the middle to start off with. And I'm putting that right in the fold part. And open it up to where the side is pressing against this. And then I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the tabs to help it be secure. I find sometimes that on boxes that get handled like this a lot, if I just have the tape, it wants to work loose after it's been handled a lot, that the glue will hold it in place. And it just wraps around like that. Now sometimes it comes to where it's exactly on this edge, and sometimes it just doesn't. So if it doesn't match up perfectly, just take your scissors and make a little clip and just clip that off. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the tabs on this side. Making sure I have all the little tabs stuck together. And then the same thing on this side, where this fold side ends at the point, I'm just going to hold it up and fold this other side over so that I can kind of get a crease. I'm pushing in, and then I'll put glue on this side, and this little tab. And hold it in place. I'll put a little clip and use this one. Now on this one, I got this overlapping edge completely flush, but I've noticed already on this one that I didn't. You can see how that sticks out just a little bit. You can just go in with your scissors. Well, I have something glued to my scissors. You can go in with your scissors and just level that out. It'll be okay. Okay, now this was my bottom piece. I'm going to adhere it to the cover. I'm going to be really generous with my glue, and I see that two of the tabs didn't really stick down very well. You can glue those right now. Then I'm going to be really generous with the glue. And the only trick to this is trying to get it in the center. And whoops, I did pretty good, and then I moved it. Now I'm going to have glue all over the place. Okay, that's pretty good. And I'm going to press down in the center part. And then you can put something heavy down in here to weigh it down. You can put glue bottles or whatever you have. I'm going to put these little paper clip things just to give it enough weight to press it down there. I'm going to put that aside to dry. And here's my top, the cover to the lid. And now that I'm looking, that still didn't match up quite right, so I'm going to trim it so that it's matched up just right. And a lot of these tabs didn't stick, so I'm just going to run some glue around the side and stick those down. And then run glue on the top of it. And by the time I put everything together, it will all get glued down. Okay, the trick to trying to get your lid, your top piece on, is go ahead and put this part on the box, on your bottom part, and then put this on top so that you can try to match up your top piece to your bottom piece. Let me get that, and then I can show you. So that I'm kind of eyeballing that this top piece matches up with this bottom piece. Just like that. And press it down, and I'm going to end up having all those little clips in that portion. So now you can leave it like this and just have one layer of cardstock to your sides, but I like it to be a little more secure than that, and put 2 layers so that it's sturdier. So I have my cardstock all cut out. There are cut files for this, but you could also just cut it. It's 8.5 inches by 1.5, and I'm just going to use my tape gun for this. And I had glue on my mat and ended up getting it on this. Okay, for this part, I'm going to start in the bend of the heart again. And I'm going to be placing this right in the bend. But I'm going to lay it down. Let's see if I can zoom in some. Whoops, wrong way. Okay, I'm going to put that in the bend of the heart. And using the bottom as my guide, I'm just going to wrap this around the side. And I have picked up a clip. And I'm just wrapping this around. And then this part that's left, I'm going to just bend that over. Just like that. And then let me put tape on the other half. And I'm going to start this one at this edge. You can see that. I'm going to put it right there and start it at that edge. And just use my table to line it up. And you can see that I have it lined up right there. That kind of hides the edges. Now on this part, you can just fold it in and overlap it over here, or you can fold this part in, bend it, and just overlap it on that side, and then fold this part back over. So your seam is hidden right there. On some of the other ones, I overlapped it slightly, but it does actually get a better look if you can hide that seam in the crease. So do whatever you want to do to it. And this was my bottom. Put all those clips back in there. And I'll do the same thing to the top, and I'll come right back. Okay, I have the sides on the top portion, and I just wanted to show you a few more little tricks. Where this meets, you can put a little line of glue, and now that I turn the camera on, I won't be able to do it. Put a little bit of glue up under that to hold that seam down so you don't notice it quite as much. And this one's pretty well hidden, I'm not going to worry about it. But again, on this edge where I overlapped, I still have a little tab there. So I'm going to take my scissors and snip that off, but I'm going to hold it where I can see it for a minute. So that that's flush, sorry. And I have my box. I have the bottom part and the top part. Let me zoom out a little bit more. I have my bottom part. Put a little bit of glue out there. And my top part. And now you can just leave it like this, or I have some flowers over here that I made for it. Oh, I haven't put the decorative side pieces on yet. That would be good. There's no use in putting them on the bottom part because that's going to be covered up anyway. I'm just going to put glue on this and line it up and wrap it around. I like to start at this edge so I know that it's going to get lined up correctly on that edge because it's the most visible one. And I'm going to wrap it around and adhere it here. And then on the next piece, I'll put glue on it. Make sure that I match it up to this one, where that's even. And then I'll wrap it around and adhere it in the back. I'll do that real quick and come back. Okay, I attached the first half. I start on this edge and wrap it around to the back, and then I just put tacky glue on this side, and I use tacky glue because it gives me a little bit more time to play with it before the glue dries. And I'm going to line this up with this edge, and then give a little tension as I lay it down, and it will lay down straighter, and then line that up. And I'll try to fix the file so it doesn't have that much of an overlap, but you could overlap it or you can snip it right there and it looks fine. But I've played around with these files so much that trying to get it just right, and it's hard. On that one they just go exactly meeting there. And so we have our box. Now, just to leave it like this would be fine, or I have some flowers, and these flowers do come with the set. The big rose I showed earlier does not, but these small flowers that are multi-layered flowers and this tattered flower does. And let me show you while I'm thinking of it. On this one, the center parts go down, and on this one they go up, but it's the same flower, and I have videos for that already. And I will glue these in a minute and just glue them down. I like to put the leaves and then center the tattered flower and then put these flowers on either side, but you can do whatever you like. I do also have the files for the matching card will come with the set, so you'll get the files to make the box and templates to make the box, these flowers, and a card. You can make the card small or you can make it larger to suit whatever you have intended for it. And I'll mention it one more time, this one I made the card larger so that it kind of is camouflaged on the box, and that way they can take their card and read it and then open their box. And then I had that on here with just a piece of ribbon. So that's it. You can go to my blog and look at pictures, or you can go to my Etsy site, Paper Compulsions, and get the cut files and patterns. And I'll also be selling some of these ready-made boxes on the site. Thank you, and happy crafting.